First impression, it's really good. The counterbalance is so smooth. The pull is really nice off the bottom. It's all second gear on 1449, I think. Suspension's working good for being brand new. I mean, the ground's not super hard because we got some rain, but for motocross valving, I'm pretty impressed. Overall, everything feels great. I mean, I think the brakes need a little bit of time in order to kind of get that glaze off of them, but that's normal. Clutch feels good. I mean, I don't love hydraulics in general, and this actuation isn't really where I would prefer it, but honestly, it's great. It's smooth is the biggest thing I can say compared to the Yamahas, and even compared to the KTM. This thing just feels really smooth is the right word. I'm running in the mellow map right now, and yeah, I'm perfectly happy. It's kind of good we got some rain because it's not letting me go too crazy with pushing stuff, but just kind of feeling it out. Like, it's great. I mean, it's not too harsh on the chop. It seems to soak stuff up pretty nice. I'm not using all my travel, which is probably good for this track. I mean, I could soften it up obviously, but that's not bad. Wouldn't want to be any, you know, higher there. At least we're getting down into it a bit. Yeah, man, I'm stoked. This thing is really nice. I don't have all the lines I normally do because of the puddles, and I'm going to probably look around at some of these puddles and see which ones I can go through. Hate to get her dirty like this on the first ride, but man, I'm really impressed with this thing after being off of KTM group stuff for a couple months. It is night and day different in a good way. It feels like home, honestly. I guess I did spend a lot of time on these, and this one just feels right at home. It's comfy. Even the seat, which is super slick, actually riding doesn't feel that bad. I got a guts cover coming because, I mean, this thing really offers you nothing, but don't feel like I'm sliding off the rear of it or anything. So shit, for first 2 laps, that's pretty good. Gonna redact 2 of the comments I made about that, and you'll hear me complain about it later on in the day. That seat cover's terrible. If you're even thinking about it, just do it. It's not even a question. Which no OEM has a good seat cover, right? So don't get it confused, but really bad. I'm gonna go with the guts cover. And the other thing I realized is that this bike probably is geared a little bit too tall for what I'm doing here in the desert. It might be okay strictly on the motocross track, but I'm going to actually not do anything to the rear sprocket, but I'm going to go from a 14 tooth to a 13 tooth, and I think that'll probably help a lot. Woo! Feels really explosive, but it's actually still smooth, which I'm really enjoying. Like, normally you get that explosion and you kind of get that hit. This hits, but it's like not nearly as bad as as a normal, I don't know, YZ250 or something, or even these old carbureted bikes. It just really had they had like a dead spot and then a hit. This thing is just like, you barely touch the throttle and it's just all got nice usable power. I'm doing that all in second gear, and I think either the quick cam that's in here, I would maybe trade out for the normal one, or possibly go like just one tooth in the rear maybe on the gearing, just to make it a little bit taller, or one tooth down, excuse me. Just maybe, I think it's a 1449. I bet a 48 would probably be perfect. But there's kind of two schools of thoughts too. It's either like keep it in second and really make second work, or keep it short but be able to ride it in third gear. And I kind of feel like, I'm gonna try it, I kind of feel like I'll probably be able to put this bike in third and not have some of the explosiveness, but I bet it'll be really smooth, and I'll probably be able to clutch it up pretty easy, like when I do get a little bit slower. I'm not going to shift down, I'm just going to leave it in third and see how it goes. That was really smooth. You could tell that it kind of loses that nice power. I was definitely having to clutch it, and it was kind of weird actually. I felt like I was modulating the clutch, but I was like kind of like just really on it a lot, which was kind of weird to me. I wanted to just give it a couple little blips, but it just felt like this one long clutched up pull. I guess we'll go do the first part of the 11 mile, which is a little bit rougher for sure, just to kind of see. That'll definitely be third gear, and I bet that'll be really nice. So yeah, let's go over there.
Really good for motocross suspension. Very smooth. I mean, I'm barely on the throttle and pretty much had the power I could want. I think some of that time, like, I could have clutched it up a bit harder to keep it in third, but you know, this is off-road. Like, you're just trying to be smooth in most of these areas, but I probably could have rode that harder and been faster, but as smooth, the suspension still good. I'm running all the soft settings that KTM recommends out of the manual, and I'm running 135 psi, which is a lot less than they recommend. Not a lot less, but less than they recommend. But I don't know, I've had 2 or 3 air forks, so I just kind of know for this desert, like 135 for me is pretty good. And it moves pretty freely, you know, not having to push too hard to, if I do it as little as possible. Push too hard, and it's soaking everything up. Like that little, let's go over there. I'm sure a GoPro isn't going to do it justice, but there's like lots of little rocks down here, and it typically like jars suspension a lot, even on off-road bikes, and can be pretty hard. But this one honestly didn't feel that bad. I'll try to go up it a bit slower to demonstrate it, but there's lots of little rocks and it's not doing anything crazy. Like everything moves pretty nice. For a fact, the YZ250FX I took up there, stock valving, that was a challenge. It did not feel very good. I think that's kind of telling how comfortable this bike is. That's like, I mean, these aren't usually words I feel like I used to describe bikes, but like smooth and comfortable. Comfortable is the one I keep coming back to. Like, this thing just fits so well. It just really works nicely. And I'm 32, so I'm not young, I'm not old, but this is just what the doctor ordered, man, I tell you. And we're not even in motocross. We're not even riding this bike really what it's designed for. And it's doing great. This thing's so quiet, it didn't even scare the cows. He's chilling. He don't even care. He's not being quiet too, but like most of the time I'll scoop the nose a little bit. I'm happy, man. I'm pretty happy with this thing right now. It's kind of exactly what I needed it to be. I was hoping to come back out here and start just pounding these desert tracks. Just for exercise, really. Like, instead of going to the gym, come do this for an hour a day, even especially in the summer. Damn, look how dirty. Surprised how much that rubbed. They're only brand new once, folks, so appreciate it when you take them home. Well, we've been riding for half an hour and it's dirty. That's okay. They're not jewelry. Doing what they're supposed to do. But solid, man, really solid. 9 out of 10 easily. 8 out of 10 maybe. If I really wanted to get super picky, but just wow. Only thing I did was put a heavier spring on, dropped the air pressure, checked all the clickers so that they're in the comfort setting, tighten the spokes, check the air pressure, bled the forks, and that's it. So yeah, dude. Alright, let's go hit the tracks up at the top of the spot. It's dark. Check the weather to see if I was going to get rain on or not. It says no, but I don't know. It's like rain clouds to me. I have been caught out here when it's flash flooding, and it's kind of sketchy, especially when it's lightning. I don't care about rain at all. I would welcome rain, but lightning is, can't mess around with that. Pop on this little line and see. Said the seat was okay. I'm definitely sliding off the back coming up there. It's the sweat, it's the heat, and it's the water from the rain. I am like, yeah, I feel like I'm pretty much coming off the back there. Front brake is to be determined. I've had these Brembos and they've been really good, so I'm faithful it'll get there. It might just still be new, but at this point it should be plenty hot, like it should be good. And what I thought, when I came up there in fourth, You just realize how free feeling this bike is, despite the counterbalancer, which on one of the other KTMs I had, I thought it kind of was like, I don't know, it had like a 4-strokey feel because of it. It was like a little engine brakey. This actually feels really free. This bike feels really free. And some of these like KTMs, I don't know what this is. And people will think I'm crazy, but like I've had quite a few of them, and like some of them you can tell when you take them off the stand, they just like roll freer. Even in neutral, you can just kind of feel them, like they want to roll, they want to go. And this bike definitely felt that way to me, and that's what I noticed right there. I'm like, and that translates to riding. When you have that free feeling, like it's a 2-stroke obviously, but even then it still feels really free. I don't feel the motor hardly at all. Like it's perfect. And that's all been in the mellow mode, by the way. Can't even imagine at this point needing more on the aggressive map. Maybe if I wanted to keep it in 3rd everywhere, that's one thought that could help. But this is one of my favorite lines right here. It's kind of it's got a high-speed spot, but this is pretty much usually one you just it's kind of a weird one actually, because you either got to really scream it in 2nd gear or you got to shift up, but then like every corner you'll see you got to shift down. So I usually try to like scream it in 2nd until this last part. It's kind of a little dip and straightaway. I'll go up to 3rd maybe. We'll try that. I'm surprised how slow that revved up. Pretty good, but I will stand by a cable clutch. I really don't care what anybody else says. These hydraulics, dude, the pull is just so heavy feeling to me. And they use a number 10 Brembo. I am going to try a number 9 because I just hate having to use the clutch on these bikes. It's like, it's almost, I mean, there are a lot of times if I'm on a motocross track, I have to do 2 fingers because I just don't have the strength after a couple laps on a motocross track for 1 finger, which I think is crazy. And maybe it's just me, man, I don't know. But in the field too, like same thing I said earlier, where it's just kind of this long, it's I don't know. I'm not in love with Brembo clutches, and I never really have been. I think there's worse things out there, but man, the cable on the Yamaha, sorry, it's 10 times better than that. I have such an amazing feel with that works connection lever. It's light. I can put the engagement right where I want it. I can feel it as I let it out. This just feels like, and all I feel there is resistance. Like it wants to go away from me. Where cable, I feel like you can kind of let it, you can like guide it out. This one is just like you're fighting it, even like just holding it here, it just fights me. It just wants to go, man. So I don't know, I know all the hard enduro guys use a number 9, and that's what I'm going to plan on using for sure for the off-road bike. But maybe this one too, because even just doing that, I was like, whew, fingers start to feel smoked, which is like not really a valid excuse if I wanted to come out here and train, but I'm like, yeah, finger is getting tired, and I don't know, I mean, I have this lever in, maybe I could get it in more, so I'm using it more out here. My habit is to grab it right here, for better or for worse. I think for worse, probably. I believe you're supposed to get it out here, but I've tried, my brain just doesn't. I'm pretty good with keeping a finger on the clutch, but it's usually right there. And I like the bend of these Brembos a lot. They're really good. I wish they were thinner, skinnier, and this it's too heavy. I don't know, leave a comment if there's a way you guys have got your stock clutch system working better or lighter or feeling nicer. I'd love to hear them. Only thing I've really found is that number 9 master cylinder. Moo! Alright, last thing we're going to do is to go up part of Kelly's loop, just the very first bit. I think it's going to be rough, and I think it's going to suck, but it's not really the bike's fault because it's definitely an enduro section with rocks. Not what this bike is made for, so my impression is that it's going to be pretty bad, but let's see, maybe it'll surprise us. You never know. Fuck. Damn it, that's why you need hand guards in the desert. Fuck. Jesus. Fucking stick or something. Oh my god, that one really hurt. Damn, I've had these before. That one was bad. The other little one's okay. Fuck, that hurt. Jeez. Wow. Man. It's been quite a long time since I've been hit by one of these, but that seriously hurts. And I'm just rolling it around on my hand. Not need that to happen again. Oh, go a little bit further, but wow, that is wicked pain actually. It's been a long time since I've hit one of those, but fuck me. Whew. Man, that just fucked my hand up, dude. Fuck those things. Barely moving in third gear there. I'm actually surprised how bad that was. It was good. Good day up until the end there, but whew. Man, that's sore. Those choias get deep, man. Alright, that's a wrap on the first day with the 2025 Husqvarna TC250. Overall, I'm really happy. Really impressive motorcycle. Good performance all around. Good motor, smooth, comfortable, easy to ride. Not a lot of vibration, free feeling, good brakes. Really happy. Really happy. So stay tuned. be riding this bike some more and take you on the journey as to what else we can find out with this thing and get the most out of it and do our personal best. So consider leaving a follow to the channel if you like what you see. And if you have any particular questions about the bike or anything you saw today, feel free to leave a comment. Thank you.